And we welcome you to Monroe, North Carolina tonight inside of the Southern Carolina 4A Conference for the second of two meetings between Marvin Ridge, the Mavericks, and the Sun Valley Spartans with big playoff implications on the line for these two teams. Hi, everyone. Kendall Lewis here with you tonight on BahakelSports.com. We're glad you are tuned in with us from wherever you may be. We'll take a look at those Southern Carolina 4A standings right now. Weddington, of course, has wrapped up the regular season as Southern Carolina champions and will be amongst one of the top seeds in the state playoffs when they seed tomorrow. State playoffs will begin on Monday across the state of North Carolina. So Sun Valley with a win tonight and a Cuthbertson loss could jump into third. Big implications for the Spartans, and of course Marvin Ridge in the 2 spot right now will have a really nice seed in the state playoffs after they seed tomorrow, as well as one of the top 16, 17 teams in the state based on RPI. We'll get to that here in just a little bit. We'll take a look at our players to watch tonight for both teams. For Marvin Ridge, it starts with Cameron McKee. 8 goals this year, 4 assists, 20 points. A good facilitator, impacts the game in so many different ways for Marvin Ridge. And the Mavericks, as we mentioned, with a nice record, 8-4-5, 4-1-2. This is one of the toughest conferences in the state of North Carolina. At least 4 of the 5 total teams going to be in the state playoffs this year. And Marvin Ridge, as we mentioned, in the 2 spot right now. We'll flip the script to the other side. For Sun Valley, our player to watch, it all starts with Nicole Kleiner for Sun Valley. Just video game-like numbers this year. 39 goals on the season on 23 assists. How about 101 points for Nicole Kleiner, who can impact this in so many different ways as well for Sun Valley. Sun Valley going to be in the maroon unis tonight. Gold numbers. They are technically the home team. Again, this game is being played at Monroe High School due to the rain and the thunderstorms that came through the Charlotte metro area yesterday. And we had an area county, Gaston County, schools did not even go to school today. Unfortunately, Sun Valley was supposed to have the game at home on their field unplayable, so they moved it 15 minutes here to Monroe High School where there's a turf field. I was talking with Coach Knight before this one began, excited to get this game played. Again, really didn't know if this game would get played tonight with playoff seeding tomorrow. This is a big one tonight for both of these squads. Marvin Ridge in the white unis, blue numbers. Marvin Ridge won the first meeting 5-3 when these two teams played the first time. And looking for the season sweep. As we get ready for opening kickoff here at Monroe High School tonight. Again, round 2 for Marvin Ridge, Sun Valley, just a 5-team league in the Southern Carolina 4A Conference. And still awaiting the whistle here. Running a few minutes behind. We were scheduled to get this one started at 6:30 tonight, but still awaiting the whistle as we get set for play. And here we go from Monroe High School, the second meeting between the Marvin Ridge Mavericks and the Sun Valley Spartans. And we're underway. Yeah, Marvin Ridge. You look at this team, the Mavericks, 4-1-2, as we mentioned, in a outstanding Southern Carolina 4A conference this year. Last year, all 5 teams out of this league made the state playoffs. This year, we know at least 4 of the 5. Porter Ridge, who's in the 5 spot, could possibly be in the state playoffs. Again, seeding starts tomorrow. controlled by the Spartans. Artalazaga, number 20 in red, slides it ahead as it's dispossessed in the middle third of the field. Fitterer got a touch on it for Marvin Ridge. And both teams trying to fill each other out here in the opening minute of play. Kendall Lewis here with you, BahakelSports.com. Numbers for Sun Valley. Ayala. And this one's sent packing over the near touchline. So a deep throw in coming for Sun Valley. Camilla Conforti, freshman who has been outstanding for Sun Valley. Right there, number 15. Going to handle the throw for the Spartans. Mentioned our player to watch, number 11 right there in the maroon uni, Nicole Kleiner, who got ahead on that one. Out of play, and this is going to set up a corner kick, our first corner of the match so far. And on to handle it is Artalazaga, who will handle most of those corner kicks for Sun Valley. Plays it short, and this will set up a goalie kick for Marvin Ridge. Well, not exactly what Sun Valley was looking for, as Molly Estes, who's the starting goalkeeper for Marvin Ridge, plays it short. Here come the Mavericks. Oh, sweet touch. Great ball to the outside. Unfortunately, whistles come in. Offsides, the first we've seen of the night against Savoy. You saw it right there. Sun Valley was all over the flag coming up. Free kick for Sun Valley. The first meeting, as we mentioned, was a high-scoring affair, 5-3, when these two teams met. We talked about the playoffs implications for both of these teams. For Sun Valley, it was an incredible start to the season. "13 straight wins for the Spartans." Inside of the 18-yard box. And great defense by Marvin Ridge on the recovery. You get a look up close at Alexis O'Hanlon, the junior, who came in on the tackle from behind to disrupt what could have been disastrous for Marvin Ridge. So corner kick, right flag, top of your screen. In swinging ball. Golden opportunity off the top of the crossbar from Artalazaga. Wow. Take a second look. This one just slipped through. Artalazaga had a little bit of time and space and couldn't put it in for Sun Valley. Good ball that slips through. Foot race. Matlock was there, who plays on that back line for Sun Valley, one of their vocal leaders on the back end of things for Sun Valley. And this is going to trickle right to Estes. And there's a whistle And contact. It's going to set up a free kick for Marvin Ridge. Take a second look at what initiated the whistle. You see the contact from Ayala, the freshman, who gets called on it. Sun Valley 13 straight wins to begin the season. They were 13-0. Won their first conference game against Porter Ridge. And this one dispossessed. Artelazaga slides it. Here's Kleiner. Ultra talented sophomore, the 2026 class, one of the best in the state. Our clock ticking down here, just under 33 and a half. Again, we're going on the 7th minute of the game. Good ball. This one hops wide. So goalie kick upcoming for Sun Valley as we take a second look. Boy, nice play and great job by Matson to get a foot on it for Marvin Ridge. Matlock handles the kick. And now this one trickles back into Marvin Ridge territory. Yeah, both teams with some opportunities here early on. Good 1v1 defending down the near side of the field from Cameron Matlock, who you see right there, number 14 in maroon. It will be a goal kick for Sun Valley. She'll handle it again. Great shot for you right there. Great job by our crew. Here with you on BahakelSports.com. Headed around, still in play, and then finally out. Quick throw in for Marvin Ridge. And now we'll give it right back. Yeah, 10th minute of play between these two teams. We mentioned it was a 5-3 game the first time they played at Marvin Ridge just a few weeks ago. As this one hops to Estes. Goalkeeper tonight for Marvin Ridge. These two teams played back on the 23rd of April in a 5-3 affair. High-scoring match the first time they met in Waxhaw, North Carolina. .50-50 ball as Marvin Ridge tries to come up with it. Steele slides it back. O'Hanlon. Good play ahead. Kleiner, she can create. And now Marvin Ridge with numbers trying to counter. Matson, open field. Slips it out wide into the attacking third. And Madison Bertalik didn't like the call, but it will be a free kick for Sun Valley here. 11 minutes into this one. This one lofted back into Marvin Ridge territory. And Estes comes way off of her line to retrieve it for the Mavericks. Kendall Lewis here with you, BahakelSports.com. And as we mentioned, the location change tonight, originally scheduled to be played at Sun Valley High School. Their field unplayable tonight, so they move it 15 minutes down the road here to Monroe High School. Thanks to the great folks here at Monroe High School for hosting this game. Sun Valley is the home team, if you will, tonight. The first time they played back on the 23rd. And over the far touchline, will set up another throw-in for Marvin Ridge. Saw a clean opportunity for Sun Valley back on their second corner kick of the game. Arta Lazaga had a little bit of time and space in the box, couldn't quite line it up. It went off the crossbar. And they'll try to build this one from the back. Little chip across midfield as Sun Valley regains possession, then over the far touchline. So another throw coming for Marvin Ridge. Sun Valley tonight starting out in a 4-3-3 formation. Coach Cash Knight, he's mixed it up a little bit this year. And that sun beating down. It's humid out there today. In the mid-upper 70s, and after all the rain that has come through the last couple of days here in this Union County area, it's a scorcher for both teams tonight. Taken back by Sun Valley. Good ball inside of the 18-yard box, and just missed on the cross in the box, trying to find Fitterer, who was right there. Just missed the opportunity. On service from Savoy. Marvin Ridge making the trip from Waxhaw, North Carolina tonight for this final regular season game. Southern Carolina 4A, as we mentioned, one of the best conferences, not just in the Charlotte metro area, but when you're talking about things from a statewide perspective. This league, 4 of the 5 teams we know based on RPI are going to be in the playoffs when they seed tomorrow. Again, those playoff games will start on Monday. First and second round scheduled for Monday and Thursday, the higher seeds beginning next week. We're going on the 17th minute of play here in the first half. Kendall Lewis here with you. Folks, don't forget, be sure to stay tuned on BahakelSports.com for the rest of this spring. We've got plenty more high school baseball, soccer. We had lacrosse Tuesday night. Balancing about 5 different sports right now throughout the spring. This one back deep in Sun Valley territory as Tomales, the junior, gets a foot on it. And charging in is Matlock, who's there again to answer the call. Sets up a deep throw from Fitterer. Lofted in the air just outside of the 18-yard box. The header. Into the 18. From straight away, clean look, just wide. On the shot that time from Isabella Zicanolfi. So to handle the goal kick for Sun Valley's Cameron Matlock. Foot race. Ayala, just a 9th grader, possesses here, has it ushered out of play, and now a throw in coming. Ayala gets a foot on it. Kept away from the 18-yard box, down the near touchline. And instead, whistles come in. So free kick coming for Marvin Ridge. Madeline Steele, the sophomore, will handle it for the Mavericks. Sneaks into the back left corner of the box. Played away, a shot on target. Just wide again. I tell you what, Marvin Ridge in the last couple of minutes has had some opportunities, that time setting up Cameron McGee. McKee, who we mentioned in the open, has 8 goals on the year. And McKee that time just wide. Dispossessed, great D along the near touchline from Camille Foster. And now we get a throw in right at midfield for the Mavericks. No score, 21st minute here in the second meeting between the Mavericks and the Spartans. It's interesting, this is one of the best conferences top to bottom statewide, but also one of the smaller conferences, just a 5-team league. with Weddington, Marvin Ridge, Cuthbertson, Sun Valley, and Porter Ridge. All 5 of the teams in the league. Foot race now. Matlock trying to get to it and does. Plays it away. But one of the deeper throw-ins we will have seen coming up for Marvin Ridge. Mariah Trin in goal for Sun Valley. And Trin comes out to collect it. Trin just a sophomore. This Sun Valley team, tell you what, Cash Knight does a great job with this program. But when you think about some of the younger talent, and we've touched on Kleiner, just a sophomore. Trin, just a sophomore, who's in goal. Camille Foster, just a freshman. Ayala, just a freshman. These are players for the coming years that the rest of this league is going to have to deal with. And, of course, North Carolina reclassifying in a couple of years to possibly 8 different classifications for the state. Right now it's 1A to 4A. This is the 4A. So these conferences could look a little different in the coming years, but these 2 teams at least a part of the Southern Carolina 4A through next season. Kaplan will handle the free. Interesting spot right here. Plays it short. Off the foot of Artalazaga, the senior, from the top of the 18, and it rolls right to Estes. Good touch to the outside. Artalazaga had to go back for it. Looking for the diagonal ball. It was a little too heavy as this one trickles back into Spartans territory, and Trin gets out there to play it short. Inside of the 18, shot wide. This one booted back closer to midfield. Mavericks get to the 50-50 ball from Fitterer.
Weird on my camera display.
And it dispossessed.
I'll try to fix it when I get a second.
Here's Camille Foster down the near touchline. Sets up another throw for the Spartans. Camilla Conforti. Clock just continues to tick down in the first. We mentioned Weddington at the top of this league will be one of the top seeds in the state, at least in the 4A West region. These two teams are part of the west side of the state of North Carolina when they seed tomorrow. And for Sun Valley, there's a lot to play for. A win tonight and a Cuthbertson loss could put the Spartans in third in the final conference standings. Cuthbertson at Weddington tonight. That is their game as we look a little deeper into the conference. Lucy Chin on the excellent footwork. Couldn't get around Matlock. Excellent 1v1 defending. It sets up a corner kick for the Mavericks of Marvin Ridge. Can they capitalize? Sidewinding kick just off the post on the rebound, too tall. We'll get a second look at that corner kick and the opportunity for Marvin Ridge. You see off the header, right to Cameron McKee, their top goal scorer, who clangs it off the far post. It's interesting, both teams with corners that could have resulted in goals in this first half. They've been unable to convert. McKee right there had a clean look. We saw Arta Lazaga from Sun Valley in the opening 5 or 6 minutes that had one off of a corner kick as well for Sun Valley. Arta Lazaga looking for Foster. And this one finally trickles over. Still no score. Arta Lazaga. Decision time, plays it out wide. Pushing forward, McKee looking for the through ball to Savoy, and it's dispossessed by Sun Valley. And off the head of a Maverick, it's going to roll over the end line and set up a corner kick for Sun Valley. So it works out perfectly for the Spartans as they'll set it up on that left flag for Shania Coppin, the senior, to handle it. Plays it short to Ayala. Ayala trying to line it up from distance, way outside of the 18-yard box. And Marvin Ridge makes another stand here in the 31st minute of play. And over the touchline again. Will set up another throw for Sun Valley. Well, turf field here at Monroe High School. Fortunately, as we mentioned, this game able to get played tonight after the field deemed unplayable over at Sun Valley on the natural grass surface. Plenty of rain and storms came through the last couple of days here in the Charlotte Metro, especially this Monroe, Union County area. Plenty of people without power last night, and able to get this game moved on this turf field to get it played. We mentioned so many implications, especially for Sun Valley in this one tonight. Contact, and that's going to go against Cameron Matlock, who had possession. We'll see if we can get a second look. Just kind of lowered the shoulder, and Madeline Steele went flying.
A yellow. Could have been a red or key.
And an obvious call for the officials as the trainer down trying to tend to Madeline Steele, who hit the turf.
For real. I don't know if I'd let that slide if my teammate got bodied like that.
Free kick coming for the Mavericks. Deep one into the box, and Trin tried to fall on top of it, couldn't corral it in. It's finally sent outside of the 18-yard box. Wow, scary situation for the Spartans. And this one rolls over the inline and will set up a goal kick as Trin's got to go retrieve it.
Is this a conference game? Is this a conference game or non-conference?
Marvin Ridge plays it back to their keeper in Estes. Good ball to the outside, left wing area. Inside of the 18. And just ushered out of play was Oliphant. So Matlock will handle the goal kick for Sun Valley. Artalazaga got a foot on it. Marvin Ridge maintains possession. It's played over the far side of the field. So corner kick upcoming for Marvin Ridge. Lucy Chin, the freshman forward, to do the honors for the Mavericks. In swinging ball punched away, and the Spartans keep it out of there. And quickly, Foster on the throw. Not quite deep enough, and a whistle comes in. Chin, good sidestep. Right wing area on the cross, just out of the reach of Trin. So another throw-in coming. Just over 3 minutes left in the first half. We mentioned it, Trent's been tested a few times in this game tonight, who entered with 57 saves on the season. It's interesting, both of these keepers have been really good. Estes on the other side for Marvin Ridge, 66 saves on the season coming into tonight. Tell you what, could have been scary right there is Coppin got a foot on it for Sun Valley, but it went right back to the keeper in Estes. .38 minutes in, first half. No score in the second regular season meeting between these two teams. Marvin Ridge and Sun Valley at a neutral location here at Monroe High School tonight. Can somebody find the back of the net here in the waning minute of the first half? Just limited opportunities at both teams, though, with probably their best opportunities off of corner kicks in this first half so far. And out of play again. 23 seconds remaining, first half. Disrupted at the top of the 18. Final seconds trying to tick off. Artalazaga, the foot on it. And the first half is going to come to a close. Scoreless here in Monroe tonight. Sun Valley and Marvin Ridge. We'll have the Downer Law Firm halftime report coming up here in just a few. Tonight's Bahakel Sports Game of the Week is brought to you by Queen City Audio, Video, and Appliances, your outdoor kitchen tailgate headquarters. Acosta Heating, Cooling, and Electrical. And last but not least, the Downer Law Firm. That is Charlotte's hometown legal team. No score here at halftime between Sun Valley and Marvin Ridge in the regular season finale here in the Southern Carolina 4A Conference. We'll take a break. We'll be right back on our Downer Law Firm halftime report. We come back on our Downer Law Firm halftime report here on BahakelSports.com. No score between Sun Valley and Marvin Ridge as we take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. Obviously no scoring, but both of these teams had some opportunities, and it's been a defensive battle for both of these teams. Excellent play there on the recovery from Alexis O'Hanlon. This was the best opportunity for Sun Valley. Arta Lazaga, you saw the frustration there. Off the corner kick, couldn't put it in. It went off the crossbar. How about Marvin Ridge? A similar look off a corner kick, unable to convert as well. And we sit scoreless with these two teams. And it's interesting because the first time they played, it was 5-3, a high-scoring affair. But no score in this one through 40 minutes. We'll take one more break. Second half coming up here on BahakelSports.com. Sun Valley in fourth, but a win tonight and a Cuthbertson loss would move the Spartans into third. And, of course, improve their playoff seeding when the state does the pairings tomorrow. Weddington has the 1 seed locked up. Cuthbertson is at Weddington tonight. That game currently in progress as well. And you see Marvin Ridge right there in the 2 spot. 4 out of the 5 teams going to make the state playoffs this year. Last year, this conference, all 5 teams made the state playoffs. But all 4 of those teams in the top 4 slats are shoe-ins for the state playoffs that will be released tomorrow. Be sure you're checking Max Preps and the NCHSAA for all the pairings when that comes through. We're getting set for kickoff here to begin the second half. Kendall Lewis here with you on BahakelSports.com. And the rest of our Bahakel Sports crew tonight that do such a great job. Brady Pugh, our producer. Our excellent camera crew bringing you all these different angles and shots tonight. After a location change from what was supposed to be a game played at Sun Valley High School. Again, the thunderstorms that came through late afternoon yesterday that unfortunately caused power outages across Union County, Gaston County, even into Mecklenburg County. Did not know if this game would get played, but fortunately they were able to move it earlier this morning to be able to get it played. One of the benefits of turf fields, beautiful turf field here at Monroe High School. We saw opportunities off corner kicks for these 2 teams going back to the first half. Unfortunately, no one could find the back of the net. And just off the side of the foot from Oliphant. And over the end line. So Matlock will handle the kick for Sun Valley. Lofted up and out of play again. Well, Marvin Ridge looking for something. They're going to play it back to their keeper, and Estes, who we mentioned came in with 66 saves in this one tonight. Tell you what, it's been a beautiful afternoon and evening for high school soccer here on our Bahakel Sports Game of the Week. Officials say play on. Clean tackle from Oliphant. Matson with open space. Matson again lines it up, and it's just long. Tell you what, that one was from outside of the 18, but Matson stayed with it and delivered a missile just over the crossbar. Interesting spot on the free kick upcoming for Marvin Ridge. And the boot just tall. Mentioned that was an interesting spot on the free kick for Isabella Zikanolfi. And over the far touchline. Played back, now pressure. Marvin Ridge looking to counter. And instead they boot it wide. Will set up a throw in at midfield at the top of your screen. And both teams just seem to be stymied in that middle third of the field. So another goal kick upcoming for Sun Valley. Just nothing doing for the Mavericks. Oliphant, good diagonal slip. Played over the touchline. Marvin Ridge pushing forward here, knocking on the door. Instead, they'll spot this for a free kick. Campbell Homan, the sophomore, to do the honors. Homan on an in-swinging ball inside of the 18. Kept away, and Marvin Ridge regains possession. Marvin Ridge wanted a handball. They didn't get a call. Officials say play on. They thought it went off the hand of Artalazaga. And now a whistle against Sun Valley. Interesting spot for a free kick. You see the three-player wall set up from Sun Valley. Looking for the header, far post. Just slips through, and it's wide off the foot of Oliphant. Wow. And Marvin Ridge just misses on an opportunity. Whistles come in. We've got our first yellow card. And it's going to go against Sophia Seddon, the sophomore. Lucy Chan will handle the free kick, and it just seems like Marvin Ridge, at least these last few minutes, have dominated possession. Starting to get more and more opportunities. And offsides against the Mavericks. So a substitution for Sun Valley. Coming in, Sophia Seddon, who just got that yellow card. Back in for the Spartans. Still no score. 50 minutes into play. Deep free kick inside of the 18. And this one will bounce over the inline. Will set up another goal kick for Molly Estes, the junior. Just neither team can really get a rhythm, can really get a consistency here. Matson, open field. Matson pushing forward. Matson from the top of the 18. Matson lines it up, and the shot stopped. Trin with the save.
Boy, that was a great run, though.
Oliphant had it ushered out of play along the near touchline by Tomales. Sent inside of the 18, denied away. Marvin Ridge to try to build it from midfield. Cameron McKee, who we highlighted in the open. Had a shot in the first half. She's been a little bit quiet. The senior midfielder as this one trickles over. Bouncer played back. And this will set up a Spartan throw-in along the near touchline. It's still early in the second half between these two teams. Kendall Lewis with you on Bahakel Sports. If you weren't with us earlier in the broadcast, we talked about what was at stake tonight for Sun Valley in the 4 spot. They're in the playoffs. Question is, where will they be seated? And a win tonight and a Cuthbertson loss could put the Spartans in 3rd. Keep in mind, Cuthbertson is at Weddington tonight. That game in progress. Corner kick, this one lined up from Kaplan. Lofted up in the air. This is bounced around at the 18-yard box. And deep shot. This one sent way out of play. Just an off-balance shot from Kaplan. He was trying to get a foot on it. As you take a look.
It's definitely going into overtime. I can feel it.
Lost her footing. And just over 24 minutes to try and decide a winner in the regular season finale of the Southern Carolina 4A Conference. Conforti. This one bounces inside of the box. Wow. Finally kept out of there by the Mavericks. Right at the keeper in Estes. Both teams just making stands here in the middle part of the second half. And Trent comes out to collect it at the top of the box on the other side for Sun Valley. Deep throw in coming for the Spartans. Conforti will handle it. 20 minutes left to decide a winner. Kendall Lewis here with you on BahakelSports.com. Again, Southern Carolina 4A Conference state playoff seeding tomorrow. I was talking with Coach Knight before this one of Sun Valley as well, and he mentioned the difference in this game tonight could be a home versus a road playoff game as well. Not just about Sun Valley improving their seeding, but they could still possibly, based on their RPI, have a home playoff game. Especially if Weddington defeats Cuthbertson tonight. They're doing a little bit of scoreboard watching tonight as well, trying to take care of business here. Scoreless game. '61st minute of the match and no score. Inside of the 18, Trin comes out. And she'll pick it up. Trin's made some good reads, made an excellent save on what could have been the best opportunity for Marvin Ridge of the second half so far. And again, both these teams with some deep throw-ins here in this one tonight. Corner kicks that they just haven't been able to capitalize on, you name it. And there's a whistle that comes in. We mentioned Weddington's got the top seed locked up out of this conference. And this one right at Estes. She bobbled it momentarily and then comes back up with it. And now the officials talking with both teams. There is a yellow card. That's the second card we've seen issued tonight. And this is going against Alexis O'Hanlon. Sophia Seddon, the sophomore for Sun Valley, had the first yellow card about 10 minutes ago in this second half. And again, no score, and it's interesting. You think about the first time these two teams met back on the 23rd of April, combined 8 goals in that first match. This one played near side of the field. Seddon had it dispossessed momentarily. taken away. Promising attack here for Sun Valley. And just can't maintain possession. Just seems like tonight both of these teams about one ball away, especially when they get deep in opponent territory, from really connecting. This has been a defensive battle tonight. Most of our corner kicks came in the first half. These two teams had opportunities off corners, could not capitalize. Camille Foster checks back in for the Sun Valley Spartans. Shania Coppin will take a breather for the Spartans. This one's sent deep over the opposite side of the 18-yard box. Both teams just a touch away, as we mentioned about a moment ago. It just seems like when they get in that attacking third of the field tonight, little 40-yard ball back, but a whistle comes in offsides. Lucy Chin, the 9th grader, who has got a promising future in this Marvin Ridge program, got immediately called for it. Foster lost it, didn't know where the ball was. And then momentum carries forward into the body of Jasmine Ayala. And this is going to set up a deep free kick for Camille Foster in Sun Valley. Arta Lazaga going to come out to handle this. Arta Lazaga can try to find the back corner from this spot right here. This is interesting. Can go short. Arta Lazaga and Estes able to answer the call on the near post. That's going to bring up a Marvin Ridge throw in from midfield. On the cross. Wow. About a split second late. We'll take a second look. Chin got a foot on that one on service across the box. Jesse Dean there just in time for Sun Valley. Good ball through. Promising attack, and then it comes in against Sun Valley. Wow. Get a second look at this. Offsides on Sun Valley with under 10 minutes left to play. And Chin picks this one up on the low shot from outside of the 18. And Matson could not find Posky, the senior, who is pressed forward, plays on the part of the back line for Marvin Ridge as he rolls over the far touchline. Posky was right there for the Mavericks. Unfortunately, Sun Valley has possession here. Getting in the latter portion of this game with no score. And a trip from behind. Quickly, free kick. Here comes Marvin Ridge. This one hops away from Foster. Just a little too heavy that time on the through ball. Officials say play on. Coppin. And over the near touchline. Sun Valley deep in Marvin Ridge territory. Shania Coppin will handle the throw. And play back over the touchline again. "73 minutes into this match and no score. Throw in for Marvin Ridge as Sun Valley will press here to try and force the issue a little bit more in the final 6 minutes and 15 seconds. Yeah, both teams just gas. We mentioned opportunities on corner kicks in the first half that they couldn't capitalize on. Bertalik plays it out wide. Inside of the 18, wow. On what could have been another opportunity. Marvin Ridge just can't quite time it up. Going on the 75th minute. here of this one. Off the deflection and played over the near touchline. 4 minutes left in this one. Does Marvin Ridge have enough in the tank here, deep in Sun Valley territory, to find the back of the net for the first time tonight? And dispossessed quickly off the throw by the Spartans, but Marvin Ridge gets it back. Trickling in the corner. Clock ticking down here in the regular season finale of the Southern Carolina 4A Conference. And a trip from behind. Going to go against Ella Fitterer. We'll get a second look at the replay. Sophia Seddon tripped up. Gets the whistle and the free kick as the clock moves. Booming free kick that slips into the 18. And then whistles. And inside of the 18-yard box, a penalty against Marvin Ridge. And you talk about a golden opportunity. 78 minutes into this match and a chance to find the back of the net. It will be a free kick and not a penalty kick.
That's what they called. She was down on the ground.
I tell you what, at first, I think some folks may have thought it was a handball. This is instead a free kick inside of the box for Sun Valley. Jolie Kaplan to handle it for the Spartans. Clock down to 1:21. There's the whistle. Playing it short, Estes, the deflection. What a save for Molly Estes. Boy, smart play from Sun Valley for Kaplan to play it short, and on the booming kick from Nicole Kleiner. Great shot by our camera crew, and here's the corner kick. 45 seconds left. We may be playing a little longer here in Monroe. Foster, far touchline. Throw in Marvin Ridge. "12 seconds left. And this one just going to trickle down the far side. And we have played 80 minutes of regulation with no score in the Southern Carolina 4A regular season finale. We'll take a break, and we'll be right back on BahakelSports.com. We've played 80 minutes on our Bahakel Sports Game of the Week, the Southern Carolina 4A regular season finale, and we are heading to overtime here in Monroe High School, a neutral site for Sun Valley and Marvin Ridge as we take a look at some of the highlights between these two teams in regulation. And it's interesting. Plenty of opportunities in the first half. It felt like both teams may have missed some opportunities off some corner kick opportunities in the first half. Second half, shots were hard to come by for these two teams. Here was a good opportunity here for Marvin Ridge on a nice counter as Matson couldn't quite get enough foot on it. And the save from Trent. And how about Molly Estes, who made some fantastic saves down the stretch of this game for Marvin Ridge to keep the score stymied 0-0. And this might have been the best opportunity of them all. And the shot from Kleiner off the free kick inside of the box on that late whistle that came in, but scoreless through 80 minutes as we take a look at the Southern Carolina 4A standings. Kendall Lewis here with you on BahakelSports.com. Sun Valley in the state playoffs for sure. They are a top 20 team in the RPI rankings. Interesting enough, this conference, one of the best in the state. 4 of those 5 teams going to be in the state playoffs when they seed tomorrow. Question is, will Sun Valley get a better seed if Cuthbertson loses to Weddington, which that game currently in progress? Sun Valley would finish 3rd in the conference standings. And talking with Coach Cash Knight earlier today of Sun Valley, he said, look, it's the difference between a home or a road game, the implications on this one tonight. Folks, we'll start overtime after this break, coming up on BahakelSports.com. We go to overtime between Marvin Ridge and Sun Valley, the second of two regular season meetings on our Bahakel Sports Game of the Week tonight. Folks, we want to remind you that state playoff soccer will begin on Monday. These two teams are in the state playoffs. And as we mentioned, the implications oh so big on this one tonight. Marvin Ridge at 4-1-2 on the year. Sun Valley at 3-4. But Sun Valley can move into that third spot, as we just told you a moment ago. If Cuthbertson loses to Weddington tonight and Sun Valley wins, Sun Valley would finish third in the Southern Carolina 4A. They would also more than likely get a home game in the state playoffs as we await the start of OT. Unpredictable. Scoreless after 80 minutes. The first time these two teams played, it was 5-3. Marvin Ridge, the winner back on the 23rd of April, combined 8 goals. That's not been the case tonight. Shots limited, shots on goal, extremely rare in the first 80 minutes of play in this one. And Marvin Ridge will start with it here in OT. What looked like, with that penalty that came in the 18-yard box that set up a free kick for Sun Valley in the final 2 minutes of regulation, they may find the back of the net and be able to cap that thing off there late. But Marvin Ridge, some excellent saves from their keeper, Molly Estes, the junior, tonight. As well as Trin of Sun Valley. Our two keepers tonight have been outstanding here in this one. And this one just going to roll over and out of play. So we'll have a 10-minute overtime period. If no one scores in this, we'll go to a second 10-minute overtime period. This is a regular season game, so we'll not go to golden goal. Could possibly play 2 golden goal periods. This one could end in a tie. We mentioned Marvin Ridge has 2 ties on the year. Of course, that's all going to change in the playoffs next week, that you obviously would go to PKs in an elimination format. We're trying to, these two teams trying to settle it here in the overtime period with no score. Clean tackle far side. Just a little too heavy on the far side of the field. And rolls out just in front of Matty Graham, who was trying to get to it for Marvin Ridge. I'll tell you what, these two teams, as we mentioned, combined 8 goals the first time they played. And two teams that you could see certainly make runs that are going to be in the playoffs starting on Monday. They'll play first and second round games Monday and Thursday. Deep in the box and finally sent away. Get another look here. Kleiner trying to angle it along the end line and slide it back forward for streaking Sophia Seton. For Marvin Ridge, kept it out of there, and this will set up a throw-in instead. And back out of play. Throw in nearly the same spot. They'll do it again. Foot race. And played over by Conforti. Camilla Conforti's got a bright future. Just a sophomore for Sun Valley. Dispossessed again. Headed back toward Spartan territory. Marvin Ridge trying to find something here in the final 3:20 of overtime. Oh, nice footwork. Good move from Matson. That's just kind of been the storyline tonight. Both these teams make a nice move, make a nice pass to start to get into that attacking third of the field, and it just seems like they've been one touch away, really, on connecting. At least to get shots on frame that have been a rarity tonight. Now Sun Valley's going to press up with 2:34 left to go. So throw in coming for Marvin Ridge. With just over 2 minutes to go, overtime. Fitterer in the 18, finds the back left corner. Ella Fitterer. In the 89th minute, rips a shot from the top right corner. And could that prove to be the difference here in this Southern Carolina regular season finale? Marvin Ridge looking for insurance from straight away and just wide. Well, it took us 89 minutes for someone to find the back of the net. And Sun Valley's got 53 seconds to try and make something happen to extend this to a double overtime.
It's only the one half.
Headed back into the box with Trin. And Sun Valley's got to move. Trin's going to drop kick this one. Short punt. Marvin Ridge wins the 50-50.
Well, I hope Kendall's right.
I think Kendall is right because we had a game of independence like this.
9 seconds. The touch back to midfield. Good D by Marvin Ridge. And that is going to do it. Here in the first overtime period. How about Ella Fitterer with the goal from the top right corner of the 18-yard box that took us 89 minutes to find the back of the net here in this one. And an unbelievable first overtime period here in our Bahakel Sports Game of the Week. We talked about the implications on this one earlier in the Southern Carolina 4A, but also for state playoff seedings that will be handed out. These teams finding out who they will play Monday and where they will go. We'll have a second OT period coming up. 1-0 score. Marvin Ridge leading when we return on BahakelSports.com. Ella Fitterer, the goal that came late in the first half of our overtime period. And we come back to you on our Bahakel Sports Game of the Week. We'll take a look at that goal. Fitterer from the top right corner of the 18-yard box just drops it right over the head of Trin and in the back of the net. And this is what's at stake. Marvin Ridge looking to pick up what would be their 9th Southern Carolina Conference victory tonight. Of course, they have gotten the 2 spots secured in this league. They'll have home game, probably 2 at least next week when they do the state playoff pairings tomorrow. And then you look at Sun Valley, a win tonight and a Cuthbertson loss could move them into 3rd. Could be the difference between a home or a road game in the state playoffs. So we'll put 10 more minutes on the clock here. Sun Valley to try and answer that goal that was scored in the first overtime period. We mentioned it when Fitterer found the back of the net. Could that prove to be the difference in the overtime period? Here in this one, this is the second half of our overtime. So again, you've got two 10-minute overtime periods. Then we would move to 5-minute golden goal. And of course, as we mentioned, PKs would not come into play until the elimination game. Of course, this is the finale for the regular season. So we wouldn't go to PKs. If we were to play the two golden goal periods tied, if Sun Valley is able to score here in the second OT, we would not go to PKs in this one. We mentioned how interesting it is when you look at these two teams. Even though Sun Valley fourth in the Southern Carolina 4A standings, they've been a top 20 team in the RPI standings all year long. We mentioned they started 13-0 to begin the season. Marvin Ridge trying to keep it out of there. And a change of possession here with just over 7.5 minutes to play in the second half of our overtime period. Down the near touchline. Pressing forward. From straight away. And maybe an extra little 1-2 mini touches that time. Maddie Graham trying to sidestep her way to a clean shot. Instead, this one rolls over the inline and sets up the goal kick. Once again, Sun Valley's got to answer in these final 6:18. This is the second half of our overtime period. Deep throw in coming for Sun Valley. Tell you what, Sun Valley, back-to-back throw-ins, they've just increased their positioning, improved their positioning deep in Marvin Ridge territory, but they headed away. Clock ticking down here. Got to think these two teams are gassed. They will seed the state playoffs tomorrow, as we mentioned. And be sure to check out the North Carolina High School Athletic Association page, as well as Max Preps for the pairings that'll begin on Monday. First and second round games Monday and Thursday next week. We mentioned the top 4 teams in this league. Impressive RPIs. Sun Valley in 4th out of a 5-team league, I should say, with a chance at a home game with a win tonight. Of course, they really needed a Cuthbertson loss as well, who's at Weddington. That game in progress. Under 4 left to play, second half of the overtime period.
They did this whole rest of the game, they'd kind of be lame.
So corner kick. Thought Marvin Ridge might try and just play short, just stall some time off the clock there. And this one trickles over the near side of the field. It'll set up a throw-in for Marvin Ridge. We're down to 3 minutes now in the second half of our overtime period. And again, some more time goes off the clock. You got to look. There's about 30 seconds went off there. A change of possession. Throw in Sun Valley, but Marvin Ridge gets it back. And they'll loft this one right at Trent. Sidewinding kick. Headed back into Spartan territory. This one slips through as Marvin Ridge will play it out. Again, clock ticking away, not on the side of Sun Valley. Arta Lazaga got a foot on it, but it's wide. Less than 90 seconds to go. Kendall Lewis here with you on our Bahakel Sports Game of the Week. Whistle and a foul called on Marvin Ridge. So a deep free kick for Sun Valley. And too heavy. Sun Valley gets it back. 50-50. Arta Lazaga comes up with it for the Spartans. 37 seconds. Inside of the 18. And this will take a couple of bounces back toward midfield. Sun Valley's got to go in a hurry. Ella Fitterer, the lone goal of the match that came in the final 2 minutes of the first half of the overtime period. And whistle comes in. It stops play with 19 seconds. Looks like Lucy Chin might have been a little bit shaken up there. Can Marvin Ridge hang on here? Second half of the overtime period. And they're going to spot this a few yards inside of midfield. And now we're back to play. 18 seconds. And the final 5 seconds going to tick off. Hard-fought win for Marvin Ridge as the Mavericks pick up their 9th win of the season, their 5th Southern Carolina Conference victory to round out the regular season, and Ella Fitterer, the senior forward, with the lone goal in the first half of the overtime period that proved to be the difference maker. Mavericks win it. Clean sweep of Sun Valley in the regular season. These two teams will begin playoff action starting on Monday. For Kendall Lewis, Brady Pugh, the rest of our Bahakel Sports production crew, good night from Monroe, North Carolina.